What's up, everybody? I'm gonna be working through some trauma in the next 3-4 hours because I just took some mushrooms. Took about, I don't know, it was about a spoonful of ground up golden teachers, and I lemon teched it for about 20 minutes. But I ate some eggs on toast just before I downed the shroom, so it won't be such a massive like punch when it comes on. It shouldn't be as massive as it would be on an empty stomach. It'll still be strong though, and that's good. I have just the right amount of shrooms. I smudged beforehand. I prayed. So I have the Creator, I have Jesus, both protecting me. And I want to work through some trauma. I really want to work through some childhood trauma, some stuff that's in my subconscious that my logical, rational mind can't work through, that it's not possible for it to, that just needs to be cried out or felt. And I'm looking forward to that. My room is nicely set up. I have my protective um, weighted blanket covering the door so that my roommates can't bother me. When I smudged, and here's a big thing, when I smudged, because I always feel like other people are sort of my enemy, and especially like people that are close to me, like like people that I interact with a lot, like my roommates. I feel like my enemy. Like I can't trust them. I'm not safe around them. And I just don't like them that much. But I smudged and asked for protection from that negative energy from them because they have a lot of negative energy. A lot. And I'm just done with them. I don't talk to them anymore. I don't initiate conversation. I don't put my energy trying to put my good self out there in good faith to build a relationship and get along with them when it's so one way and one directional, such an energy suck. My energy going like directly into their whatever it is that's going on with them. And I'm just done with it. I wrote it on my board. Dylan is a weird asshole. And that's just true. I've lived with him for 4 years. I know it's true. I wrote, don't talk to either Dylan, in brackets asshole, or Victoria, in brackets neurotic. They are a waste of time and energy. Oh, the Daryl Brooks trial is playing. They just came back from lunch. Daryl Brooks is going to get sentenced for sure to something like 10 life sentences or something. And then I wrote, don't message Zach, in brackets Weasel, to hang out. If he wants to hang out, he can organize it. He is a transactional Jew. And that's also true. I've known it for long enough. Now I don't play into any of this. I just focus on myself. I need to work on my own healing from my own childhood issues, my own pain that I didn't have my mother, my father with me, close to me when I was a child, that my brother was always so self-focused and that he never was there to protect me or to guide me as I grew up, that he just stayed in his room, and my sisters, that they were neglectful and treated me like a puppet and as like a plaything, or like not as a real human who's growing and needs protection and guidance and love from his sisters and his mother and his brother and his father. And I just never felt that as a kid. I never felt it. And so because of that, I need to heal from that. And I'm not going to get that healing from them. I know that. It's just something I've come to the conclusion of, is that I'll never get that healing from them. They're not capable of giving it to me, and it's not something that needs to be given. It's something that I have within me. And so working on myself is important, and working through my own shame and everything that I have difficulty, like, even coming to the point where I can heal, because it's so hard to overcome the shame. That's like the major barrier of trauma, is shame. And for me, yeah, it's shame that just tries to stop everything in its tracks and say, like, that takes the perspective of everything that talks down to me, and imagines, before anyone else says anything, before anyone possibly says a single thing, my mind will think of all the negative things that could be said and says them to me in advance. And so working through that is very difficult, and getting to this point where I can work through things has been difficult. And now I'm just in the process of working through it. And I thank God, I thank Jesus Christ, and I thank the Creator, and for their wisdom and their guidance and their love, for being with me, and for giving me strength, and giving me every good thing I have in my life, for everything that they've given me, and for the things that I may not appreciate now, but they're challenges that I need to overcome for the future, to help other people, because that's part of why I'm here, is to also to be with other people, to exchange energy and follow the right path, the good path, the red path, the path to God, the path to Jesus. To follow all of them. So I took the shrooms about 18 minutes ago, and they were lemon tech, so they'll start kicking in pretty soonish. But basically, I'm going to be doing some healing using painting. I have my paints in my bag down here. It's my painting bag that I haven't brought out in a long time. I'm actually quite excited, just because I remember the beautiful colors the last time. So I'll set up my light next to them, my little lamp, because it has a nice light that reflects off the colors perfectly. And also I will set up my monitor, so that I can set it up close, so that I can do EMDR on myself. EMDR is just that, the back and forth eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Excuse me. It's fantastic for trauma, for processing trauma, and I'm so thankful that I have the knowledge of how to do it. And then also, the last thing I have is just some really beautiful music from Spotify that was shared with me by a man in Toronto named Leo. It's some shamanic music, or like it's just really uplifting music that they play during ayahuasca ceremonies, and it's just beautiful. So I'm looking forward to all this. I'm gonna get set up and just melt away for a while, and just go with things. So the trip went pretty good. I cried, but I felt like I had the spirit of some good people, a couple good men that I met, who I worked with, and felt like I had like their spirit came to me, and it just helped me let out the pain that I'd been holding on to for a long time. And the painting, it was okay. I didn't really have the painting experience I thought I might. And the EMDR wasn't exactly the experience I thought it would be either. I would say just when the pain that I needed to feel came up and I was just ready to feel it, and I just felt the energy of the protective energy or just God's presence, or I just felt okay with releasing some of that emotional energy that was trapped inside from for a long time. And that that being said, it was a good trip. It was okay. I was still on about 25 milligrams of Zoloft, so it wasn't like the best trip it could have been, because SSRIs cancel out some of the properties of mushrooms, but I think it maintains some of its healing properties at least, even if some of the psychedelic stuff was gone. Like I didn't get crazy visuals or anything. But today though, I went down to about half of 25, so about approximately 12.5, and I had such a headache all day. I'm going to stay at this dose for about 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, and then cut it further down to like around 5 or 6 milligrams for a month, and then from there go down to 0. And once I'm at 0, I'll let my brain and body adjust and rest for a while, normalize, and achieve some homeostasis in my mind, my brain chemistry. And then I plan to do a nice big trip, 4 to 5 grams. 4 sounds definite, 5 sounds maybe too much, although I don't know if it is too much. I think in a month or about 2 months, when I'm fully off the shroom, the sertraline, then I'll know. But I look for, that was a message that I got during the shroom trip, was just, I'm ready for a bigger experience, like a 4 or 5 gram one. Ready for some type of ego death, perhaps. And to just let go and go with whatever the mushrooms want to teach me. Feel their healing, feel any insights, and to just enjoy the experience as it is. So that'll be upcoming in about 2 months or so. But currently I'm just going down off of the Zoloft and feeling pretty good doing that, actually. Feeling pretty good about that. It's definitely not easy, but yeah, it's just the headaches that kind of hurt. My head kind of hurts. But yeah, I think going to the gym will be helpful. Exercise and proper diet and a lot of sleep helps for sure, because it also helps the underlying mental issues too, which a lot basically stem from trauma or from inefficient habits, or let's say inappropriate habits, or um, lack of whatever it may be, but family environment, proper being raised in a proper family environment, it all culminates. And even before that, who knows, right? Like the stress I may have endured while I was in my mother's womb from her, because she was just such a very unwell person. So it's just this intergenerational trauma too. And I don't know what the stress was from her mother, and so forth. So it's it's more that I'm moving beyond pointing fingers a bit, even though I still harbor a lot of anger and frustration. I'm moving on from that a lot. I used to be much angrier and much more frustrated. Um, so I'm able to move past that a bit, But yeah, so the healing process for all the trauma that I've endured is ongoing, and it takes time. But it's worth it, and it's nice to finally talk about it, not feel embarrassed or ashamed, so that hopefully I may help people, because I think some of the difficulties we experience in our lives, we can turn them into something good. It makes us stronger in a way, and then we can help other people, and it just doesn't have to be all bad, and pain and suffering it can lead to understanding. Like, I understand where a lot of people come from, and I'm able to pick up on their energy better. I'm able to work with people's energy a lot better, and appreciate deeper teachings, because I know the power that they hold. I'm able to understand that deeper teachings hold a lot of power, and ultimately that power comes from God, that everything good comes from God. So yeah, the shroom trip was good, and that's that.